Today I'm going to show you how to tame the Cosmo, one of the brand new creatures in Aberration. Now before anything else, if you do not have the Bob's Tall Tales DLC, then you will not be able to tame the Cosmo as it is a part of that. So this is the Cosmo. As you can see, he's just sat right in front of us over there. Cosmos can be found in the blue area, which is all of this here. Now obviously the deeper into the blue area you go, the more dangerous it's going to be, because you're going to run into Nameless, Reapers, Megalosauruses, all that kind of fun stuff. There is little Cosmo. So, as you can see, I'm using the Spyglass mod currently to kind of show that to tame the Cosmo, you will either need plant species Z seeds, or Z seeds, depending on where you're from, which are the best. And then you've got the acerbic mushrooms, and then chitin being the worst, but actually required. Now, this is a bit strange. So I've tested it all, and we can use any of those on the Cosmo. But if you do not have chitin in your inventory, it will not begin the process. Okay, so in this box here, I've just thrown in a little bit of chitin. Even though I'm not going to use the chitin, it's just going to be sat in my inventory. I've wandered down. There's a snake there, so I'm going to just clear that out quickly. I would highly recommend you make the area safe before you begin the training process, as you have to play a little game with the Cosmo. Obviously now I've got the chitin in my inventory, it should begin to do its taming method, which is that right there. It's doing its little dance. So obviously have your taming item in your last slot and feed it to it. As you can see, I have used the plant species Z seed there. And then what he'll do is he'll try and run away, he'll try and find a spot far enough. Now because I'm in a small area, I may have to move back myself. And now we're going to play red light, green light. Obviously, if you don't know, it's the same as it was in Squid Game, or you used to play on the playground as a kid. And we're just going to slowly approach it. Obviously, stopping when it's red and moving when it's light. And there we go. Obviously, you will have to do that multiple times, depending on the level and the item you are using. If you use chitin, you will probably have to do it upwards of maybe 10 times for a high level. But that's why plant species Z seeds are always the best. And obviously, you get them from the plants themselves. So a couple of things to show off about the taming process then. If you do move while the light is red, or if a creature hits you while the light is red, then the Cosmo will web you, making you harder for you to move, and it will start to drain effectiveness. Now, it will run off and start the game again, but I've found that unless you've got plant species Z seeds, you can't keep up with the draining percentage. So if you are using chitin or the acerbic mushrooms, I would wait for it to completely drain and then start again. Now let's show you how to do it. So when you do tame the Cosmo, it will go in your inventory here, and you're basically just going to drag it onto your hotbar. Now the Cosmo has two different modes, which are the shooter mode and the swing mode, which can be changed with the R key unless you've rebound it to something else. Now the swing mode is basically Spider-Man. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold your left click. If you let go of your left click, which I'll do now, the string goes. So it's all about you holding. Hold it on. You can use the shift key. So you can use the control key to reel yourself in and the shift key to reel yourself out. And obviously just use your arrow keys or your WASD to swing yourself about. Obviously using momentum, we can try and swing ourselves across there. Now an earthquake is about to happen, so this is great timing, but what it seems like is it actually doesn't affect the Cosmo at all. Whereas if you use a climbing pick or something like that, you'll be getting knocked off if you were moving. Like that, I can just swing through the trees with ease. That rhymed. So obviously pairing the Cosmo with the glider is a really good method just to explore the place, especially early game, because obviously plant species Z seeds you can get very easily. So if you can quickly run down here, find one of these Cosmos high up, it's a pretty good tame. Right, so I'm quickly just down here on the waters of the blue area to show you how the shooter mode works. So here's a light bug. Shoot it with that. It'll be webbed, as you can kind of see, and it'll just move a slight bit slower. So this could be a good way for you to get out of an area quickly. If something's about to attack you, shoot it with the webs and run the opposite way. The webs can be used on creatures as big as Carcanoses and Spinos. Now, because the spider, or Cosmo, is a light pet, it actually has charged infused webs, and obviously this is more effective against Nameless, who is about to run up on me right now. So I am going to get out of here. So I was trying, let me explain myself before I show you what I mean. Right, so what I was trying to show is it has charge infused webs, which is effective against Nameless and Reapers, and another thing it has is threat sensor. If I turn the threat sensor on, as you can see, it has its little thing at the bottom there, and it also has its charge light infused webs at the bottom. Now, every time a Nameless is around, and I also believe it works for Reapers, the Cosmo will glow like this, kind of giving you spidey senses to tell you that there is one of those creatures in the area. As you can see, there he is. I'll just shoot him with this. See, obviously it doesn't do a lot of damage, but for a creature it's not too bad. And obviously if you had other creatures with you, the Nameless would now be debuffed, making him a lot easier to attack. Now obviously the Cosmo goes straight into your inventory. If you want to drop the Cosmo, then you're going to have to throw it like a shoulder pet. So that's double tap F, unless obviously you rebound it. And it'll just jump out and follow you around. As you can see, as all light pets have, it has its health, its charge capacity, its charge regen, its food, its melee, and its weight. So obviously when you're spending your points on this guy, I would just do the melee damage and the charge capacities, because obviously it's going to be on your shoulder, so it won't take damage. Well, sorry, on your arm. So it won't take damage unless you die. So health isn't, in my mind, a huge necessity for this creature. Yeah, that is the Cosmo and how to tame it on the new Aberration map in ASA. If you need any other guide videos, whether it's Aberration, Scorched Earth, anything Ark, or even other survival games, then make sure you check out the channel to see what else I've got for you. Anyway, I'm going to go and live my childhood dreams of being Spider-Man.